made this video for those who cannot open the shockwave file. So if you've had an access already to drugs of abuse shockwave file, no need to watch this video. I'm done already discussing with you drug scenario in the Philippines and factors influencing drug use and abuse. Now let us go to drugs of abuse. First, let's have methamphetamine, the top one or the top most abused drug in the country, or shabu. It can be taken by mouth, snorting, injecting, and smoking. Shabu is a stimulant drug, and even in small amounts, it has strong effects in the brain and in nervous system. This is how it'll look like 2 years of using meth. It can cause mental alertness and increased energy, but it has toxic effects on the brain. After 2 more years of using meth, you'll look worse. It is very addictive and may develop violent behavior, anxiety, insomnia, paranoia, delusions, and psychological dependency to the drug. Next to shabu is marijuana. Marijuana or weed, or it goes with these other names. It can be smoked as a cigarette, in a pipe, or in a hollowed out cigar. It's from Cannabis sativa, a hemp plant, and it's the most commonly used drug in US. This type of drug can give the user peaceful or euphoric sensation, but once the sensation passes, the user may feel sleepy or depressed. It's very clear here that the effect of marijuana is having slow reaction time. Also, it impairs your memory and attention span. And also, it affects coordination and balance. Next to marijuana, the top 3 most abused drug in the Philippines is cocaine. It goes by these names. It can be taken by snorting, injecting, or smoking. If marijuana comes from Cannabis sativa, this time cocaine comes from coca plant. It's another powerful stimulant drug. It means it speeds up activity in the brain and nervous system. There. It increases your energy and mental alertness, and also a very highly addictive drug. It can bring severe symptoms of withdrawal when the user stops taking the drug. Next one, let's have the most common drugs of abuse, alcohol. It can be found in your beer, wine, liquor, whiskey, etc., and can be taken by drinking. It's a depressant, which is a drug that temporarily produces a calming or drowsy effect. Although it is legal for adults, it has a high potential for abuse and addiction. That is why we have the term alcoholic. Alcoholic friends, alcoholic relative, alcoholic family members. As you can see, this is the effect of alcohol in your body. It can cause you loss of motor coordination, impair your reasoning, balance, speech, reaction time, and judgment. And when taken in large amounts, it can cause nausea and vomiting, loss of consciousness, and worst case scenario, death. Next to alcohol, the most common drugs of abuse is nicotine. It's found in your cigarettes, cigars, and it can be taken by smoking, chewing, and dipping. Nicotine, on the other hand, can act as a stimulant or a sedative. It means that this type of drug can produce a calming and soothing effect, and it's also an addictive substance in tobacco. Because it's very addictive, just as cocaine and heroin, once you quit the use of nicotine, it can be very complicated because you'll be having intense cravings, irritability caused by the body's dependence on the drug. Yeah, this is the worst effect of nicotine in your body. This is responsible for at least 30% of all cancer deaths, including 90% of deaths from lung cancer. Not just lung cancer, but also cancer of the mouth, throat, esophagus, stomach, bladder, and kidney, and all other types of diseases mentioned. Next to nicotine, can I have heroin? This can be taken by injecting, snorting, or smoking. This type of drug is the most widely abused opiate. It's a class of drug derived from the poppy plant, and it has no medical use. Please observe this one. What do you think is the effect of heroin in your body? Heroin causes a rush of pleasure in the user that is usually followed by several hours of drowsiness. And it's also very addicting. It can include, once you stop heroin, in heroin use, it would include restlessness, muscle and bone pain, insomnia, diarrhea, vomiting, and cold flashes for your withdrawal symptoms. Next to heroin, let's have anabolic steroids. It can be taken by mouth or injecting. These are man-made substances that are similar to male sex hormones. So these are prescribed to treat medical conditions related to low hormone levels. This is mostly abused by athletes and bodybuilders since it can promote muscle growth. Uh-oh. Effects would include physical changes such as hair loss and acne, as you have seen, and several risks of heart attacks, strokes, and liver problems. Though it's not that addictive, but it can cause psychological dependence. It means it is driven by perceived self-image, competition, or pressure from others. Next to anabolic steroids, I'd like to show you MDMA. MDMA, or ecstasy, and which is taken by mouth, a party drug, a love drug. It is a drug that acts as both a stimulant and hallucinogen, because other than producing energizing effects, it can also distort your perception and time. This is very dangerous because it would not only contain MDMA but also other drugs such as methamphetamine, caffeine, cough suppressant, or the diet drug ephedrine. Some of the effects would include chills, muscle cramping, teeth clenching, and significant reductions in mental abilities. Another party drug is this one, or are these GHB and Rohypnol, taken by mouth also. GHB is abused both by partygoers for its relaxing effects and by bodybuilders for its ability to promote muscle growth. On the other hand, Rohypnol, it can be taken in tablet form or dissolved in a drink, and when mixed with alcohol or other depressants, it can be deadly. These are very dangerous drugs. Since this is colorless, tasteless, and odorless, you wouldn't know that somebody slipped this kind of drug in your drink, and they can be used as a date rape drug. It means that victims may be physically unable to resist an assault or may be unable to recall what happened the next day. Okay, I think this would be the last. Dissociative drugs. This would include ketamine, dextromethorphan, and PCP. It can be taken orally, or it can be taken by snorting or smoking. PCP is often applied in either liquid or powder form to marijuana and tobacco cigarettes and then smoked. Users feel disconnected from reality and out of control. With this, users can display unpredictable or violent behavior. Ketamine is similar to PCP but less potent. Users report a terrifying feeling, much like a near-death experience while on the drug. And lastly, this one, dextromethorphan. It's a cough suppressant found in some non-prescription cold and cough medications, just like robitussin. In right amount, it's safe. When taken in right amount, it's safe. But when taken in higher doses, it can produce effects similar to PCP or ketamine. I think that's it. I haven't included inhalants and hallucinogens since I'll be discussing this in your synchronous class this week. See you!